Hello and welcome to the Big Kahuna podcast, where we talk about trailers and films. And I'm Charlie.
And I'm Ollie.
Hi, how you doing today, Ollie?
I'm very good. That was an experience.
That was great. That was the drumming from
Isle of Dogs.
Isle of Dogs, which we're going to talk about a bit later on. Yeah. I feel like this is something we're going to have to do every week now.
I think so. Yeah.
We're just going to start.
I enjoyed that.
We're just going to start off by doing a bit of like a cappella song
from the film that we watched.
Sounds wonderful.
It probably sounded awful.
Yeah. So like I said, this is the Big Kahuna podcast. So we talk about some trailers we're going to talk about, and then we're going to talk about Isle of Dogs, and then we're going to have some questions, which we're just going to do to each other today, because probably for the next like 8 months until we get one person to listen to this bullshit, but whatever. Right, so first trailer. Off you go, Ollie. You can kick us off.
Cool. So first trailer we watched was Cargo. So this is with Martin Freeman. It's a Netflix film. So and it's kind of basically about it's in Australia.
In the outback.
In the outback, yeah. The indigenous.
Yeah.
Martin Freeman looks like he gets into some car trouble and then finds a sort of tribe of indigenous people. God, that's a hard word to say.
It's like a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, zombie apocalypse. I didn't really care for
He's got a cute baby.
He's got a baby.
The first 30 seconds of the trailer I really liked. I thought it was quite like, you go in and you like see him like wake up and he's like, that was my, you can't reaction. See, but I did a very good shock face.
It was pretty shocking.
And then it's got like "Save Me" written in blood on the car, and I'm like, oh, and then he's got a baby with him, and I'm like, oh wow, this is really intense. And then
Netflix films are good.
They're quite hit and miss.
I think they can. Yeah, they're hit and miss actually. Yeah. Saying that, and there's some really bad.
There's some good ones and there's some bad ones.
And I think that's what this film actually might be.
Yeah, I think it will just be fine. I like Martin Freeman.
I do too.
I like really Australia.
Good. I don't know why though. I didn't really watch too much of the plot, but why was he like in Australia?
We'll just have to watch the film and find out, won't we? I don't know. It's probably on holiday or something.
He should be
on a nice family holiday. Maybe his wife was the zombie who bit him.
Oh,
who knows? I think there's like a timer as well, because he's got that watch on, and they're like, "How long have you got left?" And he's like, 46 hours. He speaks an English accent. I don't know why I'd put on an American accent for Martin Freeman, the most British man in the world.
I got 40. That's not.
I got 48 hours.
I got 48 hours.
Yeah, and he's like looking
My
up at his
baby's
kid.
gonna turn into a zombie and kill me.
I don't know. It looks
fine.
Okay.
It looks fine. If it comes on Netflix, I might watch it.
Yeah.
But I still haven't watched a lot on Netflix, so
yeah.
I know Charlie loves Netflix films.
I do love Netflix because I am too poor to go to the cinema very
Annihilation.
Often. Yeah, Annihilation was the best film I've ever seen.
Just throwing it back to the other one. Spoke to Una.
Oh yeah,
our friend,
our mutual friend.
We
call her Spoon.
We call her Spoon,
reason.
but her name is Una. So, but Spoon. Let's say Spoon. So Spoon. She enjoyed Annihilation. Oh,
sorry. I was trying to do it
subtly.
Oh,
you know what? I'm not going to do it any subtly.
I'm sorry. Oh, you're just.
Lads. See that?
Lads on podcast. Yeah. Anyway, she liked it. Oh, good for her.
She liked it, and she thought it was great. And you didn't. But
yeah,
mixed opinions.
I'm probably wrong. Lots of people liked it. I'm just stupid.
You're not stupid.
Right. You got anything else to say about Cargo, or should we move on to the next one?
If it goes on Netflix, I'll watch it.
Well, it's a Netflix film, so it's gonna go on Netflix.
That was my point redundant. Moving on.
So the next one we're talking about is How to Talk to Girls at Parties, which is it says from the mind of Neil Gaiman, which apparently is based on a graphic novel that you have read, which I have not, which I probably should because I love Neil Gaiman, which I want to talk about in a minute, just because any chance to talk about Neil Gaiman, I'm all about that. So it's set in like 77, I think. There are these punk rock teens.
Yeah, punk.
Punk. Yeah, and then
God save the Queen.
They go to a party, and there are sexy alien girls there. I think they're aliens. I'm guessing they're aliens. They don't say it, but they seem like aliens. And one of them falls in love with an alien, and then they have a big fight about aliens, and it looks fine.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The graphic novel is really good. Like, it's really good, but it's completely different to what the trailer.
Have you read Sandman?
I haven't read Sandman.
I've started reading.
Is that
it.
Neil Gaiman?
Yeah, it's like his big break.
Is it?
Yeah, it's his like first. I don't know if it's his first book or first graphic novel, but it was like it made him quite famous.
See, I should read that. But I liked How to Talk to Girls at Parties. Just the book,
just the concept in general. So you're not lonely.
Yeah. You know, but it's very different. It's quite. There's no aliens involved. It's just kind of this kind of weird party. No aliens.
Oh, okay.
So they've kind of, and they're not punks as well. The guys in it.
Oh, is it set like modern day? The thing or the comic?
It's just kind of set like kind of modern day, and it's very different to what the trailer shows. But I don't know if I like the trailer.
No, I'm not sure. It looks just a bit like a generic.
It's by the studio company. It's A24. And they do a lot of indie films.
Oh, do they?
Yeah. So they did Black Sheep. That's one of the big ones that hit and made big.
Is that the one where there's like zombie sheep?
Yeah, and the whole family like
that.
in a.
That just sounded like ridiculous to me. I wasn't into it.
I think they pulp a lot of like indie films out and hope
that like one
of them
big.
hits.
Yeah.
And I think some of them do hit. I think Lady Bird.
Oh, really?
I think Lady Bird. Yeah.
Damn.
And Lady Bird was a hit.
Lady Bird was a great film.
So I think but then sometimes they're a bit shit.
Yeah. Just like Netflix.
Just like Netflix. So again, this is kind of the same thing, isn't it?
I feel like you say that about anyone though, apart from Marvel.
Marvel, you know what you're getting. Well, apart from when it's just a sequel, that's awful, like Thor 2 or.
Yeah, but even then, they weren't like.
Guardian Galaxy 2, I didn't like either.
Did you know? Oh, Baby Groot at the beginning. The dancing at the beginning, it was adorable.
There were good moments, but I don't think it wasn't as good as.
I feel like we're going on a tangent here, but
we are.
I like talking about Marvel films, so I'm going to for a few minutes because I'm one half of this podcast.
Well, we're definitely.
And if I want to talk about,
we'll definitely be seeing Infinity.
Yeah, I've already booked my tickets for midnight. I'm going with my mum because my girlfriend didn't want to go with me, even though it's on our anniversary.
Why didn't you invite me?
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have done. I'm sorry.
That's fine. It's fine.
In my defence, I booked it before we started doing this, before we even conceived the idea.
Oh, yeah, it's cool.
So I'm sorry.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, what I was saying, like Marvel, even like the bad ones, like in quotation marks, aren't like bad films. They're well-made films. They're just they just follow like the Marvel formula, so they're just a bit dull. They're not like badly made. Bad films. You can't sit there and like laugh at how bad it is. Even Ant-Man, when you had Edgar Wright do half of it and then Peyton Reed come in and do the other half.
Yeah.
It's not awful. Like it's not the best one by any means, but it's still like a good film.
Yeah. It's still good. Yeah. There's still you get good.
Yeah, they're still like well made and everything. And
I feel we're not gonna go enjoy How to Talk to Girls at Parties.
No, it looks like
talking about.
It looks like that is a good one. I feel like how
that's how much it should be. Yeah. If we stay on topic, then it's like it's a good film.
Yeah, I just think it just looks like. Do you remember Lesbian Vampire Hunters?
It does look a bit like that.
I never watched that, but I just got that vibe from it. Just like you've got like the James Corden one. And you've got I
wouldn't be surprised if it was in this, to be honest. Yeah, you got Matt Lucas in it.
Yeah, the kid in it like the.
Yeah, the fat kid.
I wasn't gonna use that word.
Oh,
but
fat fuck.
Yeah, that kid. I just thought that just reminded me of like a young James Corden.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got any last things to say?
The graphic novel was really good. Yeah. It's nothing like the graphic novel.
Have you ever read Neverwhere?
No.
That is like my ultimate Neil Gaiman book. It's amazing. Yeah, I listened to it on audiobook while I was at work. It's incredible. It's just about this Scottish guy. He moves down to London, and then he gets caught up in this like plot to try and overthrow like the royal family of London below. And there's like a whole other London in like the sewers, but if you're in one, you like can't be in the other one. So he like runs into the girl. This is like right at the beginning of the book, so it's not really spoilers. He like runs into this girl who is the one who's trying to be like killed by the bad people in it, and so he helps her, and then he goes to this meal with his girlfriend, and like no one remembers who he is, no one knows who he is. He gets like kicked out of his apartment because they're like, why hasn't anyone been living here for 3 years or whatever? And then it's just amazing. It's so good. The two villains in it are like some of the best villains I've like read or listened to or seen in literally anything. Yeah. They're amazing. Not like the main villains. The main villain, like his like underlings, who you just see
It's
from the
sub-villains.
Yeah, they're just amazing. They have great
Sounds
names.
like
They're called
something-
Mr. Krupp and Mr. Vandemar.
Oh,
And they're really fun
Vandemar.
to say. And one of them in my head was Timothy Spall when I was listening to it. I don't know why.
Wow.
One of them is like really like articulate and very talkative, and the other one is just like, I'm gonna hit you in the face, and it's great.
You ever seen Box Trolls?
Box Trolls. No, I haven't. Is it good?
It's alright, but it's got like kind of similar sub-villains that sound kind of similar.
Maybe it's sort of like based off it or something.
Neil Gaiman's good though. So
Neil Gaiman
this
is
could,
great,
This
yeah.
could be good. It could
Be good, but then by the sounds of it, they've changed everything that Neil Gaiman
Yeah.
did. So who knows?
Read the graphic novel, or read it. It's good. Next one is Terminal. So this one again is set in London. It looks like. It's got some quite big faces in it.
What's the name?
Simon Pegg, Margot Robbie, Mike Myers.
Mike Myers making his big comeback.
And then some other people. It's I'm not really too sure what the plot is. I think it's about assassins trying to just kill certain people. It looks very pretty.
Yeah, it looked cool.
It looked very cool.
Especially when Margot Robbie was on it.
Yeah, she's pretty.
She is a very attractive lady.
Yeah. It almost looked like it was just she was Harley Quinn though, and it's just kind of like
it
here's
was
a
like
Harley Quinn-esque kind of film about this.
Sorry, I lied just panned on behind me.
Oh,
It's
right.
like it's on an auto timer. It threw me for a second.
Ooh.
Sorry, carry on.
It feels like it's just like a Harley Quinn almost film. If that makes sense.
It's just like, what if there was British Harley Quinn and Simon Pegg was there? It does look really nice though.
It looks nice.
It's got like cool neon-y vibes. It reminds me of a film that I'm going to talk about in every episode. Good Time.
Good Time.
Because it's great. Yeah. Maybe Ollie, when we get to the end and we pick, your boy gets to pick the film to watch for next week.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll talk about it again.
Cool. Let's do that.
There's a hint.
Wink, wink. I didn't wink there.
You don't need to. You just say the word. It's fine.
Shit! Fuck. Okay. Terminal. I'm not really.
Yeah.
on it,
It's
to be
like if it
honest.
comes on Netflix or something, I'll probably watch it.
Yeah.
But
But if it doesn't, I'm
then
not
to
going
be
to
fair, even if it does, I probably won't.
probably won't. It's the same boat as
I
Cargo.
just want to
and
watch
House
it
of
with Mike
Girls.
Myers.
We haven't really got good trailers at the moment so far.
No, we haven't really. The
No.
next one.
It's actually.
The
Oh
next one
yeah,
I'm
it's
talking
getting
about.
better. It's getting better.
Yeah.
Talk about
yeah.
this one.
I wanted to just say one more thing about Terminal.
Oh, go for it.
Quickly.
Mhm.
It's like Mike Myers is in a film again, which is great. Good for him.
He's been in films.
Not since Love Guru. He hasn't been in anything
Really?
since Love Guru.
Oh
no,
my
because
God.
it was so like panned.
But
and
he
everyone
did a
hated it.
documentary.
Yeah, that's not the same though.
Yeah, but it's still active.
Yeah,
isn't it?
true.
Still something.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying he isn't. I'm not saying he's sat like laid in bed for like 10 years. or something.
bored. Somebody give me one. Just sat in like his old Austin Powers costumes in like a room by himself.
Yeah, but did you ever watch Goosebumps? It
The
came
one
out
with
like
Jack
last
Black.
year. Yeah, did you watch that?
No.
It was pretty good. I watched it in bed on Now TV on my iPad.
Is he in it? Mike Myers?
Jack Black's in it,
Oh,
and
right.
that was like his like comeback.
Yeah, but he's in loads of stuff now.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm
Jumanji.
saying. Jumanji. He's in
Jumanji?
Jumanji.
Jumanji.
I watched the original Jumanji for you guys. So good.
Keep saying
It's amazing.
Jumanji.
How are you supposed to say it?
Jumanji.
It's got an A in it. It's Jumanji.
Jumanji.
Right. Let us know on Twitter. I'm going to plug our Twitter. For
Oh,
the
go on
first
then,
time
plug
ever.
it.
I've made it now.
Yeah.
At the Big Kahuna Pod. Actually, I don't know if it's got
Slightly
the at the
terrifying.
beginning. It might just be at Big Kahuna Pod.
One or the
I
other.
should
We're
check.
not too sure.
But yeah, let us know if you think it's pronounced Jumanji or Jumanji.
Jumanji. I'm pretty sure it's Jumanji.
Yeah.
Even though I keep saying it's
But
Jumanji.
my point was, he was in that, and like that film wasn't like the best film ever, but it was pretty good. He was quite good in it.
I heard it's alright.
And now he's in. Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. It was fine. I've never read any Goosebumps books, so I didn't
Yeah.
have any like thing to lose from it or anything. I didn't have like my childhood ruined.
Mm.
But then now he was in like Jumanji last year, and that was like one of the highest grossing films of last year somehow.
Yeah.
And
Really?
now, yeah.
The Rock.
Yeah.
It's The
And
Rock.
It's
The
The Rock
Rock
and Kevin
sells.
Hart back together.
I don't like Kevin Hart.
Do you not?
I hate him. I
fair
think he's
enough.
very unfunny.
Yeah. Well, one of the trailers I watched
Yeah.
for this was a Kevin Hart film, and I was like, I don't
Oh,
want to
fuck
talk
no.
about that. And literally, I didn't laugh throughout the
I
whole
don't
trailer.
get why
once.
people like I don't know. He's just not funny.
It's because he just talks a lot.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. He just talks quickly, so
And
you
he's
think
quite
there's a
small
joke.
and Give him 5 years. He won't.
Well, he's been
He'll
going
be
for
Mike Myers.
ages.
He'll be Mike Myers.
He's been going for ages.
I want Mike Myers instead of Kevin
Yeah, that's
Hart.
what-
Why have we got Kevin Hart instead of Mike Myers?
That's what I was trying to. My point has been like
we need. Mike
I've
Myers
ruined
to make
it.
a comeback.
But what I was hoping was to say is that like what happened to Jack Black. Hopefully that happens to Mike Myers
Oh,
because
like
Mike
that.
Myers is. He seems like a nice guy.
He seems like a really nice
I liked
guy.
Austin Powers when I was a child.
It's pretty.
I
You
really
look
like-
back on it, it's a bit.
Did you go with us on our lads' holiday to Deal? This is like off Deal.
Yeah, well, we're fucking mental.
Yeah, Deal is like a little holiday town in Kent in England, and we were probably the youngest people there by about 50 years.
Yeah.
Did you go?
Yeah, I went.
Yeah. Do you remember we rewatched Goldmember? I don't know if you were there. I definitely rewatched Goldmember.
I don't remember
And it was
that.
awful. It was so bad, and I was just like,
It's pretty bad.
I remember this being so funny.
Yeah.
I remember like being so excited
Isn't
every
he
time.
Dutch, Goldmember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love gold. I do a great gold member. Don't be mean. And then you got
You got
classic.
Beyonce in it.
Yeah, I know.
You got Beyonce
I
in it.
know.
Tom Cruise.
Britney Spears. Oh, was she in the second one? Britney Spears was in one of them.
She doesn't really exist though now, does she? She's kind of like.
True.
So does Tom Cruise. He's kind of gone as well. He's a bit
Michael
shit.
Caine is in Goldmember.
Oh, Michael Caine.
He's gold.
Michael
He's
Caine.
Austin Powers' dad. You got Fat Bastard.
Look at my
Great
sexy.
characters.
So, is it
Look up my
sexy
I can't-
belly?
body.
Body.
Come on, yeah.
Is it body?
It's body, yeah.
Body.
And then when the mini-me, he looks at him and he goes, I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back. Ribs. Classic humour.
Mike Myers, bring him
Mike
back.
Myers, yeah, that's the key
Bring
thing.
him back. That's
key
if
thing
you've learned
from-
anything from today, bring Mike Myers back. Hashtag bring back Mike Myers. He needs a
He's
comeback.
probably got Twitter. Tweet him.
Yeah. Does he? Yeah, he's got.
He
it
might.
too.
He probably.
Do you reckon
does.
he's got Instagram? I bet it'd be
I don't
really
know, I bet
weird.
he's got
Instagram.
great Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So from the Terminal trailer, all we
Mike
managed to say
Myers.
is Mike Myers should be
Terminal
back.
again. We've talked about something completely
Yeah.
different. Therefore, is probably
Right. Should we move on to the next one?
Yes.
I'm
Mike
going to talk
Myers.
about this one. Mike Myers. This trailer is for Mike Myers the person.
This podcast is called Mike Myers.
Oh, imagine. Oh, I think we need to do like a series of Mike Myers.
Mike
films.
Myers. Just talk about all
Go
my
through like all the Austin
timeline
Powers.
from the birth of Mike Myers to where he is now.
Is he on like
in
Saturday Night
Terminal.
Live? Oh yeah, we should do like a biography.
Oh, he's done loads, hasn't he? He's done
Yeah.
Saturday Night Live.
Why are we
Wayne-
so
Wayne
into
and-
Mike Myers? Oh,
I'm well
Wayne's
into
World.
what Mike Myers. Yeah,
I
Wayne's
forgot all
World.
about Wayne's World.
Wayne's World.
Party
Wayne's
time.
World.
Excellent. Anyway, next trailer.
So
it's A Quiet Place, directed by John Krasinski,
who's from The Office?
Jim from The Office. I love The Office. It's real good.
It's quite funny.
It's better than the UK one in my
Do you think?
in my opinion. Yeah.
Nah, I think the UK
I
one.
didn't like the UK one.
No, I like it.
I'm not a big Ricky Gervais fan in general. I found him too awkward to watch in that show.
I think they were the first time they like introduced that awkward humour for the first time.
Yeah.
And that's why
And
it
then
was
it
so
never
big.
went away.
Yeah, no.
And it's their fault that
It's
we
a little
still
bit
have to
annoying.
part with this.
But
Anyway,
yes.
A Quiet Place. I actually think this one looks good, so
Mhm.
I hopefully won't go too off topic.
Yeah.
But so John Krasinski directs it. It's directorial debut,
It's pretty
and he
impressive.
stars in it alongside his real life wife Emily Blunt.
Oh, it's his wife as well.
Yeah, it's his wife as well. Yeah,
Cool,
and
cool.
basically it's like a horror film where I think it's something like monsters are attracted by sound.
Yeah,
So he's like
hence.
trying to keep a quiet place. Oh, it makes sense. Do you reckon at some point in the film they'll be like, we need to make sure we make this a quiet place and just
Oh,
like
it's got
stare at
to.
the camera? I really hope so. There was a shush in the trailer.
There's
to be
lots of
fair.
shushes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks quite good. It looks quite tense.
Actually looks right.
Yeah, I don't like horror films,
I hate horror films.
but I feel like this doesn't look so
I
scary.
jumped in Isle of Dogs, so that's
Oh
kind of
my
like
god.
an Isle of Dogs I would happily show to like
Yeah.
kids and stuff.
I didn't feel like it was so. It looked like so scary that I wouldn't be able to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it looks very watchable, and I think watching it in the cinema would be great because it'll be dark and it'll be like it's called like A Quiet Place.
Yeah.
So and in the trailer there was lots of just like silence,
Yeah.
which I think that. And then having a huge like cinema sound system, just like
That jump scare's gonna get
yeah, 100%. It's gonna be great. Yeah, I used to work in the cinema, as you know,
I know
Ollie.
you do.
And when in one of the screens that was next to like the manager's office, if you were in there and it was like a loud film, you could hear it through the walls.
Really?
Yeah, it was really bad. Well, not for me, I was never in there, but
Yeah, no,
for the managers, it was quite annoying. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
But just like imagine like that kind of sound for just when it's like,
Really quiet.
and then you'd be like, Oh my god,
That made
I'm
me
sorry.
jump.
I'm glad. That was my intention.
hell.
That's what you're in
See it
for
on-
if you
you
watch
could-
A
I could
Quiet
see
Place.
it.
Could you? Oh.
Yeah, it's a really loud spike.
Sorry,
It's
I might make that quieter in when I edit it.
Nah, make it louder.
Make it louder.
Scare everyone.
Just that one bit, just 100 volume.
Just get a little Mike Myers like noise in there too. Wayne's World.
I love gold.
I love
Right,
gold.
yeah, so overall, I think this looks really good. I love Emily Blunt. She's great in everything. She's good in Sicario. That film's good. We should probably talk about that trailer for Sicario 2 at some point, but I haven't watched it, so not today.
I haven't watched the first one, so I need to watch
Have you
the
not?
first one
Oh,
at
it's
least.
pretty good. It's
Mm.
good. Yeah. Sorry, yeah, carry
It's
on.
better than the other ones we've
Yeah,
talked about
100%.
so far, so it's getting better.
Yeah, overall, I think I'll probably... Maybe we should do an episode on this one when it comes out or
Yeah,
something.
that'd
I'm
be
not sure.
cool.
But yeah, we could go watch it together, because if we're both like shitting ourselves, then...
At least we can
At
shit
least-
ourselves
oh,
together.
We should take like cushions with us. That's what my mum always said when something's scary. She like hides behind a cushion.
Oh.
And sometimes if it's scary, she has like 2 cushions for no reason, just to like as
Wait,
like
to the
protection.
cinema?
No, I mean like at our house.
Yeah, but you have to take it to the cinema.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We
Mine look a
we
bit
could take it
mental.
to the cinema and just be like, if it gets scary, just
I went to there's a really good cinema in Southampton. Actually, no, I'll talk about that later. I'll talk about that
is
later.
it the
We'll talk-
showcase one?
Yeah.
Oh my
talk
god,
about
how
that
nice
at
is
Isle
it?
of
I
Dogs.
watched
So
it
good.
there last night.
But I'll
So
talk about
good.
them all into the main film. A Quiet Place. It should be not a quiet place. It should be quite loud and enjoyable. I'm actually.
I hope none of the kids die.
I think. One
Did
of
you
the
know in
kids will
Jurassic
die.
Park? I don't know about the new ones. Definitely not the newest one, because I remember having this in mind when I watched it and then realising it's not true. I don't know if about 2 and 3, but in the first one, definitely no women or children die in that film. It's only men.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right.
I didn't notice that until too far. I didn't watch that film until last year.
But you think about it, like
Yeah, and then I
seeing
remember.
a child.
Yeah, no,
Because it's kind of for
100%.
children, isn't it?
Yeah,
Jurassic
no, I
Park?
agree. I'm just like, I just
All
think
guys
it's quite.
died. Sexist.
Yeah.
Why aren't females dying in films? That's
Well, to be fair,
hashtag.
in
No,
Ju-
don't
in
hashtag
yeah, we're
that.
not going to do
No, that's
hashtags all the
sexist.
time.
Hashtag less hashtag.
Yeah, hashtag
Oh,
less
God.
hashtags.
No, stop.
Yeah, we'll stop. Yeah, because I remember when I watched Jurassic World, I had that in my mind, and I was like, I wonder if they're gonna kill any women in this, and then they did. The woman in it gets a real horrific death, doesn't she?
I haven't
Do you
seen it.
remember? Have you not?
No,
Oh, well.
I'm not a massive Jurassic Park
No,
fan.
me neither. I watched it because
I like
I
the
had
first
nothing else
one.
to do.
And I like Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, Jeff Goldblum's great.
I like
and
Steven
everything.
Spielberg.
He's good at Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Have you watched Thor Ragnarok?
Who, Jeff Goldblum?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah.
Jeff
He's good.
Goldbluming everywhere. It's great.
He's very much himself.
Yeah.
He's in Isle of Dogs.
Which one is he in Isle of Dogs?
He's the gossip dog.
Is he actually?
Yeah, that's
Oh
Jeff
my
Goldblum.
god.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know his name, but
Yeah.
he's just kind of like, rumour.
Rumor has
And
it.
it's like Jeff Goldblum's
Oh,
like,
I love
"The
that
rumour
dog.
of This guy, this. How do you know these rumours? I just do.
People talk and I listen.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll get to that when
Yeah.
we get to the main feature.
Right. So last trailer,
one.
Ollie, go ahead.
So you showed me this, and it's the guy who directed Insidious 2 or 3 or
3, I
whatever the
think.
fuck it was.
Yeah, I've never watched any of those.
And he kind of helped co-create Saw and some other horror bullshit. But Upgrade, I really like. I would say check it out. Like the beginning of it, I
Yeah.
thought it was awful. It's like, fuck, this is gonna look. I've seen this film before, and I kind of had like RoboCop, Limitless, but then it started getting into its own action, and I kind of liked it. Like you have to see its action for it because it's kind of
I did like.
the camera almost moves.
I did like the
together.
bit when he was like, when he let like the the little like chip take control of him.
Yes.
And he was just like, oop, and he like smashed the guy's face like head with a plate. And he was like, oh, didn't mean to do that.
Oh, you got a knife. You sure you won't have a knife? And it's like he's got a chip in him that will. It's kind of a bit like Jarvis, but it takes control of his whole body.
Yeah.
And
It was like when I first saw it, like it was like discount Tom Hardy, and then with
Yeah.
a discount Jarvis.
yeah,
It was
it's a bit discount, but it's quite funny, and I think it is meant to
Yeah,
be.
to be fair, I enjoyed
comedy.
the trailer the second time
Yeah.
more than the first time.
I really enjoyed it.
First time I watched it, and I was just like, this is dumb. But then also like,
It seems like something that Edgar Wright would do. If that makes sense. It seems a
Ish,
little bit like
yeah.
that's what I get from it.
yeah,
Kind of like action comedy together.
it
blend.
felt a bit like Crank.
I haven't seen Crank.
Have you not? You
I'm gonna
should
watch Crank and then see that. and
You
think,
should
"Oh,
watch
fuck, That's
Crank.
awful.
Crank is amazing. Crank is so good.
Is that
Jason Statham.
Jason Statham.
This is going to be a spoiler for Crank, but literally those films mean nothing.
I
So.
don't think anyone's gonna care.
But the bad guy in the first one, So he gets killed by Jason Statham, and then in the second one, he's still the bad guy. It's just his head in a fish tank, and it's like the best thing ever. Pedro from Napoleon Dynamite is in it, and it's amazing.
Oh wow!
And it's so ridiculous, and he has sex in weird places with his girlfriend to keep his static up or something. I can't remember which way around.
That. Yeah,
it's
adrenaline
weird.
Or something.
One of them's adrenaline and one of them's electricity, but I can't remember which one is what.
Sounds fucking awful. But Upgrade.
It's like awful, but in a great way.
I'm actually up. I'm
up. That's what I got from
Upgrade.
this trailer. Was I got like
yeah,
very clever.
I guess I need to watch Crank. Well, I don't really need. I'll watch just something Crank, like a clip from it. And if it's kind of similar to that, then I might think less of Upgrade. But I actually was a little bit impressed by this, and it's the one thing I would recommend. Quite cool.
It looked alright.
From you recommended it.
But the you know the like the guy who gives him the chip in it in the trailer. He's got like the slit back blonde hair.
Yeah.
He looks like the bad guy from Hardcore Henry.
He's in Valerian.
Is he?
Yeah.
I never watched
He's
that.
The boy in it.
It looked rubbish.
Apparently, it's awful.
What, the main guy?
Not the main guy.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say. I didn't think it was the main guy. Yeah. You're right there.
Sorry. Had a little hum to myself. You gotta do these sometimes.
Sometimes you just need a hum. I've completely forgot what I was gonna say now.
So yeah, those trailers. Which one would you recommend?
Well, out of all of those, I probably want to watch A Quiet Place the most.
Which one do you think would be the fucking worst?
Which one would be the fucking worst?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel
like Terminal could be awful, but at the same time, it could be like really good.
If Mike Myers brings it back,
if Mike Myers is the only person in the film, if he does Austin Powers and just plays everyone again,
I mean, he's in a fat suit. He's like he's kind of dressed up.
He's bold. Do you reckon that's why they did it? Because he doesn't really look like Mike Myers.
Is he bald now?
No, I mean in the trailer. He was,
right.
I don't know if he's bald in real life.
I don't mean he has a good head.
Although we've established that we both love Mike Myers.
He was in Glorious Bastards.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was in that.
Oh yeah, he was, wasn't he?
I had a voice break there.
Yeah, he did. I
don't know what point that is. Round 28. Check it out.
Well, I might have to edit some of this out,
okay,
so it might be less.
Maybe it won't be there.
Yeah, who knows? We are pulling back the curtain on this one. We are breaking the fourth.
Yeah, I hope Terminal is. I feel it might be garbage.
I think How to Talk to Girls at Parties will probably be the worst one. I think Cargo will be fine.
Yeah.
I think How to Talk to Girls at Parties won't be what I like in films. No. I don't think I'll enjoy it. I think Terminal could be. I think even if Terminal's awful, it'll be interesting. Mm-hmm. Just even to watch, it looks good. I think A Quiet Place would be quite good, and I think Upgrade would be like. I think
again, it might be good, really good, or it might kind of suck.
Yeah, I think it will. Yeah, I think it'll either be.
That's what I feel about that one.
I think it'll be good or fine.
I have high expectations, and it's the one that kind of excited me the most.
Yeah. So if you could only watch one of them, what one would you watch?
I would go for Upgrade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I think How to Talk to Girls, at parties, you need to read the book.
I will. I bloody love a good graphic novel.
Honestly, I haven't read one in a long time, and I need to.
Have you not? No. What's your favourite one of all time?
It's one book called Epileptic that I made into play. That's really good. And then Viva Vendetta is really good as well.
I haven't read Viva Vendetta.
Honestly,
I watched the film. I quite like the film.
The film does nothing. It's nothing in comparison. It's a really good text just to watch.
I really like an ongoing one at the moment called Sex Criminals.
Oh, I think you recommended that.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah. I'm a little bit behind at the moment because I just wait till they get released in I can't remember what they're called now. Well, what's it called? It's not a single issue. It's like a collected edition. I can't remember, man. I'm annoyed at myself for not remembering this.
Series?
I can't remember. When you have 6 issues in one big book.
Okay.
That's what I wait for. So I'm a bit behind. But yeah, the first 3 have all been really good. It's basically about this woman realises when she's not like a child, but like a teenager, that whenever she orgasms, time stops. And then she meets this guy at a party, and they quote these to each other, and then they have sex, and then she realises that she's not the only one. Mm-hmm. So then they do it together, and they both freeze time, and then she needs money to save her library. She works at a library, and she needs money, so they decide to freeze time and rob a bank. Mm-hmm. But then there's sex police who also freeze time, and it's great.
What the fuck is this?
And they're when they have sex, they freeze time as well, but they make sure that people don't abuse the power. So it's ridiculous.
Sounds like a really mad film if it ever got made into a film.
I'd rather they made it into a TV series because films just fuck everything up.
I prefer films. I can't. I would struggle with the medium TV if I had to start writing to it.
Films are better. I prefer films, but I just think like Game of Thrones versus like, I don't know, V for Vendetta.
Yeah.
Like you can just get a lot more in a TV series. Anyway, maybe we'll talk about that another day.
Yeah. So let's move on to Isle of Dogs.
Hell yeah! Right, let's do this.
So, do you want to break down the plot for us?
Yeah, sure. So we're gonna do non-spoilers, and then we'll let you know, and we'll do spoilers, and then
it's not really that kind of film with spoilers.
Nah.
But we'll still go into it.
Yeah, I'll timestamp everything in the description of this if I can figure out how to do it. I'm not very good.
We're learning.
I'll timestamp things so you can skip past the spoiler a bit and move on to the last part if you want. It's up to you.
Yeah.
So basically, Isle of Dogs. So it starts off with a prologue. Where basically thousands of years ago there were people who were there were dogs, and then there were people who were cat people, and they have like this big war, and the cat people are winning, and then there's a little samurai who chops off the head of the cat people, and that's why we have dogs in our society now. It's a nice little prologue. Everything's good, and then one of the cat people descendants,
Kobayashi.
Yeah, that's not a spoiler, is it? That's pretty obvious from the start.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm pretty sure that's like obvious. He's the mayor of, is it Nagasaki?
Nagasaki.
Was
it Nagasaki?
I can't remember.
I think it's Megasaki.
Do you want to have a look? I'll keep talking. Yeah, you have a look. So he's the mayor, and he's like one of these cat people. So and there's a dog flu going around. So he sends all the dogs off to Garbage Island or Trash Island, whatever they call it. I can't remember. And then they're living there. And then 6 months later, this little boy who is the ward to the mayor goes to the island to find his dog Spots, and then you meet the other dogs, which are, I can't remember their names now. Chief, King, Boss. They have like leader names. But yeah, and then you just like follow the dogs while they're trying to help this kid find Spots. You just follow them around Garbage Island, and then you have other things about like a conspiracy against the mayor. I don't really want to say too much else just because I don't want to accidentally say spoilery things. I would say even if you haven't seen the film and you want to watch it, don't listen to the non-spoiler bit because we might accidentally just say something. Yeah. That's not great. So yeah, so overall thoughts.
What did you think? I really enjoyed. So this is by Wes Anderson. If you don't know who Wes Anderson is, I would say check him out because he is he's really good. He's done, I think this is his 8th film. It's his style is very hard to describe. He's kind of indie, but obviously not because he's quite mainstream.
I feel like I was thinking about this.
It's his own genre, really.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
His own genre.
I was going to ask you that. I was going to say, what genre would you say Wes Anderson films are? If I could say his name properly, I would ask that question. Wes Anderson film.
But he loves symmetry and everything kind of following a certain tangent. And whenever you watch his other films, it feels like everyone in his films talks in a certain kind of dialogue and way, and it's got this like quite quick, witty tone to it. So it's very quick, and it's like, we're gonna go over here and pick up this thing. No, we can't do that. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And it's like, okay, let's do that. And
Are you sure? Have you written a Wes Anderson film? Because that was bang on.
But it's kind of that. It's really quick back and forth, and it's like there's no little breaks.
Yeah.
And they don't like pretend to be unserious, but they're not serious. It's kind of like a weird in between where they can be silly but serious at the same time.
Also, this doesn't so much come into this film because this is all stop motion animation, which looks incredible throughout the whole thing. It's just such a good looking film. Yeah. But all of his sets look like play set, not play, like theatre sets.
Yeah. Doll houses kind of.
Yeah. They just look like they've just been like painted onto like a wooden board, and I don't know what, it just makes it so like charming in a way. It's just they're just so nice to look at.
It's quite childish in a certain light, but
it's like you can tell he just does it because he really likes it.
Yeah.
Like some people like Uwe Boll, it's just like, I can make money through a weird tax write-off. Whereas with Anderson, you're like, you just love doing this.
Yeah.
Same with like Spielberg and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah. He's a really good director, and like it's creative art at its finest. Of someone
100%.
Because it's quite a weird premise. An island just full of dogs in stop motion, which is, it's so hard to make. They've probably spent about 3 years making this film.
Probably
there's a sushi scene in it where going a little bit into spoiler talk. So
we'll just save this for later on, just so we don't accidentally.
But it took about 8 months.
What, just do that one scene?
The one scene with the sushi.
That's incredible.
and it's so much dedication. And he's done stop motion before with Fantastic Mr. Fox,
which I haven't watched.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Some people didn't really like it because it's kind of an American's take on Fantastic. It doesn't follow the book that much.
I don't think I've ever read the book. Well, not since I was like a tiny little child, anyway.
And so it's not as kind of humble as it is as the book it should be. But obviously with Isle of Dogs, it's completely new. It's his own idea, and it just seems like he's had a lot of fun with it. You know, in like every aspect. The visual style, the puppets itself, they're awesome. You know,
one of my favourite things that it just made me laugh every time I saw it was whenever there was like a fight, and this one was about like rabid dogs on an island. So there's quite a lot of fights. It's just done in like a Scooby-Doo style, where it's just like got like a cloud of smoke around them with like limbs falling out, but it's done in stop motion. So it's just like a ball of moving cotton wool with like tails and paws and stuff,
like a mouth coming out and back in.
It just every time I saw it, it made me laugh, and I did not get sick. I just wanted.
It is so
I would
silly.
have easily sat there for an hour and a half and just watched that going round.
Yeah, and all the humans, they mainly speak Japanese. So and they don't have subtitles really for it unless it's translated through a translator on the TV show.
I really liked how it like said that at the beginning when it was like.
Yeah.
All of the film is in its native language. It'll only be translated to English to translators or something else.
Kind of a third medium.
Yeah, I was like, all barks have been changed into English.
Yeah. And it's like, and even though sometimes you're not too sure, like it's a split from being stop motion to actual 2D at times as well. So it goes from like the stop motion animation just to like a little animation that's going on,
which was more like it was like for TV news reports and things like that, wasn't it? Yeah.
And even though you it's kind of like breaking away completely to dialogue and the stop motion, you still get what's going on just through by the images. So it kind of does like 3 different formats in itself, like the stop motion, that kind of 2D and 3D, and then its own little dialogue. It's sometimes just dialogue.
Also, I didn't know going into this film that it was all in Japanese. Like all the human speak was in Japanese. I did not feel lost like one bit. I knew completely what was going on all the time.
Yeah,
which is like incredible.
Yeah,
because like if this film was made by someone like less talented, as soon as you went to the first bit that was like just in Japanese, like you could so easily be lost. So easily.
I don't feel anyone else could do this kind of film. Except for Wes Anderson.
And even if I was like taking like a child with me to go and see it, I don't think like maybe a 4-year-old, but you know what I mean? Like I don't think like a 7 or 8-year-old would be lost watching that film at all. And like, obviously it is like a kids film. It's rated PG in England.
I think it's pretty much a kids film.
Yeah, it's like
an artsy kids film.
Yeah, it's great though, because that's the sort of thing. If I was watching that as a kid,
it'd be great.
Yeah,
imagine growing up to
that. You'd be so into it, and then that is the kind of film that like would inspire you as a child
to make
go and make films and do things like that, which is just incredible. Or do what we do and bullshit about some things, and hope that at least sometimes it's funny.
I'm sure it's funny. I'm sure everyone's laughing along.
If nothing else, I'm finding it funny.
I'm finding it funny too. So in the car, you got, and in the thing with Wes Anderson films, he uses a lot of his own cast.
Yeah, which I love. Like Edward Norton is in like pretty much all of them.
Edward Norton, Bill Murray, Jeff Goldblum.
Jason Schwartzman wasn't in this one, which I was a bit.
That's true, actually.
He was an executive producer though.
Still involved though.
Tilda Swinton.
She's in a lot of his.
Yeah, she's in a lot of them.
Yoko Ono's in it.
Yeah, she was Yoko Ono. She was the
What?
Yeah, she was the assistant to the scientist. You know, like
what?
At the end,
I'm surprised she's still alive.
I'm gonna say this without spoilers. The you know the like American girl when she goes into the bar and then she sat there. She's like Yoko Ono. She says like her name in the film is Yoko Ono.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I did not realise that until we just started filming this. But yeah, a lot of his
Jeff
own...
Goldblum.
Jeff
He's
Goldblum.
Been in quite a lot of them as well.
He used a lot of his same cast, but then has a few different new people in between from the main cast.
Yeah, like Bryan Cranston. I don't think he's been in any of the other ones before.
I think this is the first one, but he was really good. And it's obviously just his character Chief you follow, who is a outlaw. He's a stray.
He's a stray, yeah.
And he's kind of he sees himself as a stray as well. He doesn't want to interact with.
Which another thing
humans.
I really liked was that usually when you see like cartoon films about dogs or just animals in general, it's like, oh, we need to get back to our human because they're our friend.
Yeah.
Whereas in this, all the dogs were like, I need my master.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing. I feel so lost. I don't know what I'm doing.
Except for his character.
Except for him, who's just like,
no, I don't trust him.
I don't need humans.
Yeah.
That was my awful Bryan Cranston expression.
He's got a great voice.
He has
It's
got
a very
great voice.
distinctive voice.
Yeah.
But
yeah, he was really good in it. Edward Norton's
Yeah.
dog, I loved in it.
I
Just him all the time.
if it was one of my things I didn't like about it, I feel they could have been used a little bit more.
Do you think?
Bill Murray.
I liked them as they were. I thought that like all of them, well maybe not all
the
of
focus. The focus was on Chief.
them. Yeah.
And
I
Chief
thought
needed the focus.
Edward Norton dog. I can't remember what name is it.
Rex.
That dog is the one that's always like, we need to vote on everything.
You get him in the trailer, so like he's doing a lot of the narration.
Like, he's the one who wants to be in charge. He doesn't want to be in charge. Like he's very much like,
he wants to work
I need
with
to find
the
my
little
master.
boy. Yeah.
He's like, everything. He's like, we're gonna do this. Let's do this plan. And then every time you'd have Bryan Cranston Chief just being like, you're not the leader. We're all leaders.
Yeah.
We need to vote on it. And every
Let's take a
time it'll be 4-1. But I just liked it. And then you've got is it the Jeff Goldblum dog?
Yeah. Jeff
Who's
Goldblum
always
dog.
just like I think we
Duke.
said this earlier. Who's just always like, did you guys hear the room?
Yeah.
Just that every
He
time
says
anything
rumours.
happened, it's so good. I don't really remember the other two. There was one who was like
boss
in
Bill Murray, who's just kind of Bill. It's just Bill Murray.
he
It's
was
a dog, really.
was he the one in the dog food adverts? or
No,
that
he
the other
was
one?
the one who was the mascot. He was like
Oh
the
yeah,
baseball
the mask. That's the one
mascot,
I had in my head.
Yeah.
I just said the wrong thing.
And then the food one, I don't know who that was played by.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Those two aren't in as much, but I thought that was fine. Like I didn't feel, I don't know. I feel like you got enough of Chief and the little boy and the uncle and like the other two dogs. Well, they were all in it like enough.
Yeah.
That I didn't feel like I did with Annihilation, where there were no characters. I didn't care about them.
I feel I cared more about Chief, who was an animated dog, than Natalie Portman.
Yeah,
in-
100%.
And I felt more human
Yeah.
with Chief. Like
The bit in the dog. I mean, in the dog. Well, the bit in the film where they climb
bit
inside
in the
the dog.
dog.
The bit in the boat, like quite. I don't want to say what happened, but the bit in the boat quite near the end. That bit like made me a bit emotional.
yeah.
That
Yeah.
bit like this film was just really good. I really enjoyed it.
It's a good film, and Wes Anderson does really good films with such a simple premise.
What would you say your favourite Wes Anderson film is?
Oh, I think this is up there. It's definitely up there.
Yeah, this is definitely like I haven't seen everything he's done.
Yeah.
I think I've probably seen maybe 3 or 4 of his
Same.
films.
I think I'm just gonna click onto his page. I quite like Grand Budapest. That's quite a big
Grand
one,
Budapest
though.
is very good. Yeah.
And Moonrise. I'm probably gonna go with Moonrise Kingdom. Actually.
Yeah, I think I'd say I only watched Moonrise the other day, but yeah, that film like was amazing. I
Yeah.
loved it, like from start to end.
It's kind of
I
like
was so
his
into it.
signature.
Yeah.
This is what I do. You know, look at me. He's
Grand-
he's done
yeah.
he's done so much.
Yeah, he's just great. Just it's kind of like Rushmore. I really liked Rushmore as well. That's one that he's done. Just like in general, he's just so good.
The Royal Tenenbaums is good as well.
I haven't seen that one.
That's one Ben Stiller. So he uses
and
different
Is
cast.
Ben Stiller in Darjeeling Limited as well?
I think
Because I know Owen Wilson's in
so.
quite a lot of them. He's in Darjeeling and he's in Steve Zissou,
He
maybe.
gets such good things out of his actors as
Yeah,
well.
100%.
I think he'll be a great person to work with. Whatever he is like.
Would you want to see a Wes Anderson superhero film? Just we're talking about Marvel over there. Would you want to see
it couldn't be something Marvel, I don't. Unless it was really, really quirky.
like obscure Marvel character? Yeah, 100%.
And he had completely free reign.
Yeah, complete creative control.
Completely.
Yeah, 100%.
Because I feel it might look a bit awkward. Because I know, obviously, I feel sometimes when you have those ideas of how a great director like Wes Anderson or maybe Quentin Tarantino would take on
Edgar Wright,
someone who's really distinctive in their own look, would take on a big film,
Hollywood blockbuster. Apparently, Tarantino said he wants to do a Star Trek film.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I couldn't see
I don't
that.
know how I feel about that.
You have Samuel Jackson as an alien shooting.
But still, everyone would say racial slurs throughout the whole thing, even though they'd be in space and they wouldn't have any meaning. They'd still get said constantly
I
because
think
it's
we need
Tarantino.
to do an episode on Tarantino.
Yeah,
I
100%.
would like to do an episode. But Wes Anderson, I think has he won an Oscar yet? I'm not sure. I don't think he has. Actually,
I know he was definitely
he's
nominated for
Grand Budapest.
Grand Budapest, yeah.
And Moonrise Kingdom.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. That was amazing. I really like that film.
But he hasn't won. He's won a BAFTA, I know that.
Oh, okay.
For Grand Budapest, which I think for best directing, which I think he totally deserves.
Yeah, I think he definitely deserves. Like, I feel like when he brings out, I don't think this one will get nominated. If this gets nominated for an Oscar next year, it will be for animated.
Yes.
I don't feel this isn't the right.
I feel this would deserve animated.
This would deserve to be nominated for
totally.
best film, in general. But this isn't like an Academy film.
No.
I feel next time he makes like a Grand Budapest style film.
I don't know. Grand Budapest. You look back, it's still quite weird. The same as.
Yeah, I know, but like it's not about like dogs. You know what I mean? Like it's got like. Do you understand? Like,
yeah, I get.
I don't agree
film.
with it. 100. I don't agree with it at all that they would separate it in this way. It's just sort of like how, like the Oscars are done. Like I don't think.
I could maybe see it being nominated for best picture.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think it will 100% win best animated already,
Yes,
even though it's only been like 2 months since the Oscars or something. But yeah, I think next time he puts out like a Grand Budapest style, a Moonrise Kingdom style, he'll win best director as like how Guillermo del Toro won it, sort of like a career Oscar.
Yeah.
I think he 100% deserves one of those.
Deserves it. And like again, he just has so much. Also, the soundtrack is another great.
Soundtrack is amazing.
The intro for this podcast was a song from it.
Was a very badly done.
Oh, badly?
A cappella version.
Very smoothly and musically talented version of it.
100%. Hopefully, in the next few weeks, we will be getting a proper theme song.
Yes.
That's one of our friends
is in the works.
Is working on it, so hopefully we'll have one of those soon.
I think we will.
But yeah, I never notice music in film at all. Like I'm quite not on purpose. I only notice it if it's really bad or really good. Like if it's just mediocre, it just sort of like
it's just
I'm focused on everything. Yeah, exactly. But this film like made me. I like notice.
It used music well and
and some of the songs that were really nice. I want to find these songs and listen to them constantly
I've got them on Spotify
and cry to them because
with Black Panther, one of the best soundtracks I've heard in a while. Actually.
Yeah, Baby Driver soundtrack was good.
I didn't really care for that film actually.
Did you not? Oh, I love that film.
I didn't really enjoy it too much. Right. Rapey Spacey in it, so.
Yeah, I tried to rewatch it a few weeks ago and I couldn't. As soon as Kevin Spacey came on, I was like, I can't watch this.
Literally just before it all happened. That kind of came out, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No,
not just before, but like a few months before.
No, I watched it in the cinema before that happened.
Oh, did
so
you?
Otherwise, I wouldn't have gone to see it. Yeah. I watched it when it came.
But like, it was in the same year.
Yeah, it was like a few months after it or something. It was pretty. Anyway, back to Isle of Dogs. Right, I think. Do you want to go to spoilers?
Yeah, it's going to be.
Right, so just before we go, should we do a rating now? Just so if people like skip over the last thing, they still get like our So what would you give this out of 10, or you can just recommend? I don't know how you want to do
it. I'm going to put it in a Wes Anderson ranking. I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it goes Moonrise Kingdom, Grand Budapest, and
Budapest. Grand Budapest.
Shut up. Budapest / Isle of Dogs.
Yeah.
So they're together on that second bracket.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
And then Fantastic Mr. Fox behind it.
I would say from the ones... See, but whatever one I put at the bottom, that is not me saying that film is bad, because all these films of his that I've seen are really good. I would say Moonrise Kingdom first. That film was just beautiful. Mm-hmm. Then I would probably say... I'm not sure. It's a tough one. I'd probably say this and Rushmore on the same level.
Yeah.
And then I'd say Grand Budapest. And I think that is all I've seen. Yeah, all of them are like so close. Like really Moonrise Kingdom is definitely.
They're
my
not
favourite.
bad films. None of them are bad.
No,
films.
Grand Budapest is an amazing film. Like I really liked it. I think I just watched Rushmore at like a good time in my life to watch that kind of film.
Yeah.
I watched it and I was sort of going through the same things as the main character was in that film, and not like the same things, but I was in like he was
same boat.
Finishing like school, and I was like it was like a good like time,
rite of passage,
sort of thing, and I just really enjoyed that film, really enjoyed it. Right. So do you wanna do spoilers? You start off. Talk about.
There's nothing too spoilery. Again, it's not like a Marvel film or something. You can go into it's what does this mean for the Wes Anderson universe and stuff like that. It's
how does this connect to Grand Budapest Hotel, Ollie?
what are the links? Where are the Infinity Stones?
In one frame at the back, you see Fantastic Mr. Fox's nose. So what does that mean?
It's all in linked.
I'm taking a mick, but I love those videos.
It might actually happen.
I watch all of, like, the Marvel, like.
Yeah, same.
What's in this? And I'm like, oh, that's so cool.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have a neck.
Literally.
Basically, not many people die in this film, and not many dogs like either get.
No, a few people die at the end, don't they?
A few at the end, and they're kind of big. So the aim is for the little boy to go back to his dog spots, and en route, Chief becomes his new guard dog and becomes his new dog.
They bond. So you have this, like, the whole time where he's like, the bit I loved was when he's going on the slide, and he's there and he's just like speaking in Japanese or something, like, I'm gonna go on the slide, and he's like,
that's a really turning point.
Don't you dare. And then he's like, he goes off, and then Chief just walks off, and he comes down and he whistles, and he like whistles as he walks back, and he's like and then when they play fetch as well, that whole bit when it's just those two, and he's like,
it's really nice bonding
Fetcho, and then he's just like, I'm getting this, not because you want me to, but because I feel sorry for you.
But then he feels like, he has a little bit of purpose.
He washes him, and he's like, he gives him a hug. That was a beautiful thing. He just like gives him a hug and like rubs his nose. And before every time he's like, oh, the like daughter tried to pet me and I bit her hand off or something. And then he's just like, I was rubbing my cheek. I realised that people can't see that. Yeah, good dog. Oh, it was just beautiful.
It's a really nice moment, and that's a moment where it kind of changes for Chief becoming this, from Chief being a stray to him having an owner and a bit of purpose.
And the bit I was talking about earlier with the bit on the boat is they find Spots.
Yeah, so Spots is the little boy's original dog, who he went off to go find it originally on the island, but he got taken by this kind of tribe of dogs
who'd lived there before.
Yeah, who were experimented on by Kobayashi to create. We didn't even talk about the dog flu.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about any spoilers because that's kind of like a revelation.
Yeah, it's like Kobayashi created this dog flu, which at the beginning of the thing is why all the dogs have been sent onto the island. But it turns out that Kobayashi
and then they murder, they poison the scientist who's created a cure for it, and they like destroy all evidence of the cure
via the sushi, which I was talking about, which took 8 months to do.
That's crazy. That is insane.
Yeah,
I remember, like, I know this isn't like the same sort of thing as Wallace and Gromit, but it's the same sort of animation. I remember hearing when they were bringing out Curse of the Were-Rabbit that they got about 30 seconds of film done every day. Which is like, it was either 30 seconds or a minute and a half, but like a day
for a feature
film, like 30, film. Even if it's a minute, maybe I think it was 30 seconds because a minute and a half, if it's a 90-minute film,
a lot for
like 3 months. I feel like half an hour, like 30 seconds a day, even that is like insane. Anyway, sorry.
Where were you going with?
Yeah, so they like meet up with Spots and they're on the boat. And then you realise after Chief has been like washed by the boy, he looks exactly like Spots. And then you get on the boat and they're like, "Oh, we're brothers. How cool!" Which I didn't think it was necessary. Like, it was fine.
Yeah, I didn't. I like it. Just kind of. I think for Wes Anderson films, a little bit of like a family tie is quite common theme, so I'm not unsurprised. That makes sense for it to be
I was just sort of like,
it kind of makes
that
sense
wasn't
for his own film.
It wasn't necessary. It didn't make me feel anything more.
I quite liked it.
The bit I did like was when you have Chief and he's like, oh wait, the whole film has been like this really like strong, like leader, like I'm not doing anything, I only do what I want to do, and then he's just like, was I the runt? And you're like, oh, you care about is you got cast out when you're a child, and then he's just like, not anymore, and I was like, yes, go on, Chief, get in there.
It is well cool.
Yeah, that bit was the bit that made me like that.
I like that.
That like one little boat thing made me feel more than the whole of Annihilation.
Yeah,
it was just.
This film is so much better than Annihilation.
Yeah,
I think, but I can agree with that too. Yeah, they're like completely different films, but just what is achieved in Isle of Dogs, it's just a bit more. I
think last time I gave Annihilation like a 6. I'm changing that down to like a 3.
Are you?
I realised afterwards, I was like, why did I say 6? That's so high.
I think I'll give it a 7. But Isle of Dogs, it's a really good over-round film. Like, it just is. I would show like I said at the beginning. I want to show this to my kids.
Yeah, like I
someday.
feel like sort of it's easier to talk about bad things than good things in a film.
Yeah.
Especially when we're talking like this, like together about it.
Yeah.
But I literally can't think of anything about it that I didn't like.
Nothing too bad. Some people don't like Wes Anderson.
Yeah.
And I'm aware of that. For
You
his
know,
style.
I talked to you about this before we started filming, but what Adam, our mutual friend, didn't like about it was that he just thought it was really slow at the start. Which I didn't feel like that. Because
I understand what he means.
Yeah. Because
There were
when I
some
went to see it,
issues.
I'd had him say it's really bad, and I'd had you say it was really good.
Yeah.
But I purposefully didn't watch any reviews or anything because I was like, I don't want to be like.
Rest of the reviews I've read through it have been 4-star, 5-star.
Really, yeah. I didn't want to be like
really
warped.
positive.
I didn't want to like go in expecting like a 5-star film and then be like, that wasn't like still be like that was really good, but it wasn't what I was expecting. So I just didn't want to read anything. So I went in with like one of each review, and I loved it.
I think the pacing is just the same pacing as most Wes Anderson films.
I feel like it's very similar.
It allows itself to be slow at times.
I feel like this is quite similar to Rushmore in the fact that like it doesn't really have a plot.
No.
Grand Budapest Hotel, it's like, oh, they're running around Europe trying to find the murderer or something. I can't remember.
It's not like
but yeah, like I feel like that's just a Wes Anderson style of like you don't really have a plot. You just
it doesn't really know where it's going. It just kind of makes itself together.
It's more like looking at the character more than looking at like a story.
Yeah.
I mean, which
I don't know.
personally,
He's quite a good storyteller.
No, he 100% he is.
Yeah.
But I mean, like Rushmore is literally just this guy going through school. I haven't watched it in years, so I might be misremembering it slightly. But it's just the guy going through.
It's
like
definitely focused on the protagonist,
and then it's just him and his relationship with Bill Murray in it. And I love films like that where it's just like this. It's just about like when it comes down to it, the plot of this film doesn't matter. What this film is about is accepting your past and learning that you can grow and become like
Something
what you wanted to be.
Yeah.
Because even at the start when he's like, I never wanted to be, I'm a stray, I'm so cool. When they're talking about their favourite meal, his favourite meal is like the one night that he was owned by a human is the food that he got for them. Like, it's so obvious that is what that character always wanted. And then for him to get it at the end is just...
It's impressive.
Yeah, it's just beautiful. I just
really well
love
done.
Wes Anderson.
Well,
same as like Moonrise Kingdom. I want to talk about Moonrise Kingdom. I watched it a few days ago for the first time, and it's to be honest with you, Ollie, it's all I've been thinking about for a few days. Yeah, I really liked it.
It's pretty, isn't it?
My brother and his girlfriend came down at a really awkward point though. You know the bit when they're on the beach? Yeah, they came down at that bit when she was like, you can touch my chest, and I was like, it's not been like this the whole way, I promise. And they were like, sure, and I was like, look, this is like halfway through, this makes sense.
Yeah.
This isn't weird. But it looked a bit weird.
Now, Wes Anderson I really enjoy his stuff, and I feel I want to go watch a bit more of him again.
Yeah, 100%. I want to watch everything he's directed. Definitely.
And even for like non-film goers, like who I saw it, people we saw it with, like I feel that sometimes, like people who are not really too sure who Wes Anderson is, they can still get on board with what the whole style is.
Yeah, like I watched it last night with my girlfriend, and she loved it, and she's like she likes films and everything, but she's not like she wouldn't want to come and sit here and do this kind of thing. Like she really likes films and everything, but she wouldn't want to do this kind of thing. But she loved it. Oh, also, can we just talk about how cute the puppies are?
I didn't think that was so cute.
Did you not? Oh my god, they were adorable. Ollie, okay, so I'm gonna get really passionate about
the puppies.
All right, I can't help it. I'm a vegan, Ollie.
Okay.
Thought I'd throw that in there.
Well, the C word.
I'm 100% editing that out.
Vegan.
Yeah, so Spot, they find Spot and he's like, this is my wife, she's pregnant, we're going to have pups. And then they have pups, and then they're like these tiny little like puppets, and they're adorable, and they're all like suckling on the mum. And then there's one of them, like the runt gets like kicked out, and then he's like, and he's like wandering around, and then Atari picks him up and feeds him from a bottle, and he's like,
where did he get that bottle?
I don't know.
Was he just carrying around with like puppy milk?
He probably was. To be fair, he had like a puppy biscuit and everything. He did have loads of stuff with him. And then when they go to when they like at the end of the film, when they like get back and everything's resolved and everything, and you see Spots and him with his little thing with his wife and the little puppies, and they have like little bowls of like chili, and they put them down for the parents, and then they put like tiny little ones down for the puppies, and they all the puppies around, and they're like, and I was just like, that's so cute. That's how you win me over in a film, apparently.
That's how you win the film.
Have cute puppies. Have cute puppies.
I think you just have dogs in the film, and this is in the title, I Love Dogs.
Yeah.
I do want to get this on DVD, actually.
Yeah, same. I want to watch it again already.
I do, actually.
What was the last film I felt that way with? I don't remember right now. But yeah, I just want to go watch this again.
Shall we give this a rating?
Yeah, you go for it. You go first.
I'm going to give this a solid 8.
I was going to say 8 as well.
Yeah.
I'm going with an 8.
I think that reads.
I feel like we should like make like an IMDb playlist or something with every film we talk about in detail.
Oh yeah.
With like I don't know if you want to do like one each or like just have like a joint like podcast one. Because I don't know, like if we like Annihilation last week, we have like very different opinions. Like I don't know what we would put that as. So maybe we could do one each, but just so we have all like our
own rating.
Our own, yeah, like on IMDb you can make like playlists and things. If you make an account, you can make like
cool, yeah.
Not playlists, but like lists.
Yeah.
So you can like be like, so we could just make one that's like podcast films,
and
then have all like our ratings on there, just so we. Yeah. So like I don't know, because like if I forget like in 6 months what I've given this, and then I'm like, was this as good as Isle of Dogs? I can look and be like, it was as good as that. I'm gonna give it an A as well. So alright, if you got any last thoughts, just go and watch it.
Yeah, go see it. Go see it. It's a good film to go watch.
It's really good. And it's not like, I know we've talked about it in quite like a film nerdy way. Yeah. But it's not like a film nerdy film. It's just a good film.
It's a really all round solid film, and if you don't know who Wes Anderson is, just watch some of his stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's.
Yeah, I'd recommend Moonrise Kingdom, definitely.
Moonrise, Grand Budapest.
Yeah.
And obviously Isle of Dogs, because.
But then if you don't like one of them, don't watch the rest of them, because they're all like in the same style.
Yeah, they're not. You will see his own his own distinct.
Like I don't want to say they're the same, because like all his films are completely different, but they're all like made in the same way. Like you can tell a Wes Anderson film within 30 seconds of putting on.
Oh, totally.
Right, cool. Any last things to say about the film? No, just being a lad.
Oh.
Right. Do you want to do some questions?
Yeah, sure.
Hopefully in the future we will get some questions from you people to watch, but we haven't like set anything up yet.
Far, yeah.
So if you want to send us a question, I'm pretty sure it's at Big Kahuna Pod.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's that, but I'm going to double check now really quickly.
Or
you can email us at bigkahunapod@gmail.com.
We have email.
We have an email, yeah, mate. I've been on it. What have you been doing?
I've been watching Isle of Dogs.
At Big Kahuna Pod on Twitter, or bigkahunapod@gmail.com. Send us an email, send us a tweet, and we'll answer your question maybe. Who knows?
Yeah. But in the meantime, we will ask some questions.
Yeah. So should we do like 2 each? See how long they take.
Yeah.
See how long it takes us to answer them.
Here's my first question for Charlie.
Okay.
Charlie, coming up to summer.
Yes.
What films are you looking forward to?
Oh, that's a good question, Oliver. I don't know why I said your full name.
That
was because I was thinking. I was like, if I add an extra syllable, it will give me extra time.
Extra time.
Yeah, but then it didn't work because then it didn't work because now I'm just thinking about that I said the word Oliver.
That's all right. But now you're still stalling. Now you've still got time.
I've just been thinking about Oliver.
But you can be thinking about
what song. Right. I don't know. What films are even coming out this summer?
It's a good question, actually. Or films coming out, not summer, but like November time, December time.
Fantastic Beasts, 100%. Yeah. Really looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
Avengers, obviously, but that's in like a few weeks, so that doesn't really count. I'm quite looking forward to Aquaman.
Is that coming out?
Yeah. Huh? It's either like end of this year or beginning of next year. Yeah, I really like superhero films. I know they're like all kind of the same.
I don't like this DC.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
So that's the annoying thing, because DC comics are so much better than Marvel. Well, in my opinion.
In your opinion.
Personally, I prefer DC like comics and characters and stories to Marvel, but the films, they just don't know what they're doing. They need like a Kevin Feige type guy to see over the whole thing, which Zack Snyder was going to do, who is an amazing comic writer. He did like some of the best Batman stories of the last like 10 years.
Did he write the comics as well?
Yeah, he's Zack Snyder. Oh. Kevin Feige hasn't, I don't think.
No,
but Zack Snyder.
He's definitely a figurehead.
Wait.
Zack Snyder directed.
No. There's two. They've got very similar names.
Okay.
There's like, I need to Google this because I
know Zack Snyder directed Batman v Superman.
Yeah, they were awful.
Was meant to do Justice League, but then dropped out because of family.
Who am I thinking of? I've just messed up names.
It's
sorry,
like
give me
DC
2 seconds.
World.
Jeff Johns, maybe? Is that who I'm thinking of?
See, I'm not really. I haven't really read or I've read DC comics or Marvel comics as much as just seeing the films. You know, as a casual kind of viewer. And the films I really like. I'm
sorry about this. This is like really bad.
That's okay.
I need.
It's just trying to figure out.
It's not him. Who is it?
Because he's done Watchmen as well, which I really enjoyed Watchmen. That was a good one. I don't think it qualifies at the same level as the graphic novel that it was based on, but
Zack.
Oh, we got Zack.
Scott Snyder. Sorry.
Scott Snyder.
I
Wow,
don't know.
I don't know. Super, actually.
I don't know who I'm thinking of here. Basically, this. I think it's Jeff Johns. Is he's also like a big DC writer.
Mm-hmm.
He is kind of like the Kevin Feige type character of DC at the moment.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he doesn't know what he's doing or if they're not letting him do things.
Yeah.
Because they've just been a mess so far. But Aquaman, it's got Jason Momoa. He was fine in Justice League. Actually, no, he wasn't. I feel like he was fine, but he got told to do like ridiculously stupid things. Like, why? Just because Aquaman lives in the water doesn't mean that he's like a 90s surfer dude. Like, why do they do this? It makes me very angry. But yeah, Aquaman's quite like a badass character in the comics. Everyone sort of takes the piss out of him, but he's actually like
I haven't seen Justice League.
Don't
I haven't
watch
seen.
it.
I only watched Batman v Superman with you.
Did we actually? Oh yeah, we did, didn't we? Yeah.
And I thought it was dog shit.
Yeah, it was dog shit. We talked about that the whole way home and laughed about it.
How?
That was one of those films that, after watching it, initially I was like, that was fine. And then as soon as I started talking about it, I was like, that was terrible.
So bad. So bad. Oh my god.
So yeah, overall I would say probably Aquaman, Fantastic Beasts are what I'm looking forward to most.
Yeah, Fantastic Beasts as
What
well.
about you?
Fantastic Beasts too.
Oh, hi Joe.
Question 2.
Wait, I'm going to just finish. So yeah, probably those two. Probably some other stuff that I haven't heard about yet that's coming out. I don't know. Just things. I'll get around to watching stuff. I don't know. When I used to work at the cinema, they had trailers playing the whole time. I knew it was coming out. At all times, I was like, I want to see that. But now I'm just like, I don't know. There's probably be stuff.
There'll be something.
Okay. I have a question for you. I know earlier you said that you don't really like TV in general as a medium. But what would you say your favourite TV series of all time are?
Of all time?
Actually, wait, no, first. What films are you looking forward to? I'll put it back on you.
Again, I'm a little bit clueless, if I'm honest.
It's a pretty stupid question to ask then,
It is, actually, yeah. Because I asked it to you, didn't ask it to me.
I feel like, we can have
Fantastic
little
Beasts,
back and forth on every
it looks
question.
quite intriguing, and, perhaps it is going to be something good. The new Star Wars, Han Solo, it could be good, it could be dog shit.
Did you watch Last Jedi?
Yes.
Did you like it?
I thought it was alright.
I liked it. I thought it was pretty good.
I thought it was alright.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people had issues with it. I can see why they had issues with it.
Yeah, overall I liked it.
Yeah.
I feel like the issues in that film were more J.J. Abrams' fault than the guy who directed that one. I can't remember who it was now.
You think?
Yeah, because he has this thing, I don't know if you've seen him talk, but he has this thing about mystery boxes, where he just likes mystery boxes, where you just set up something in one film and then don't answer it, but
JJ didn't direct that film.
He directed Seven, where they set up who are Rey's parents, who is General
which was
Snoke.
fucking banging.
Yeah, but then he doesn't have an answer to those questions. He said in interviews that he doesn't know who Rey's parents are. He doesn't know who General Snoke is.
But surely they have some more knowledge than just nobody.
But I thought that was great. I thought that was great.
No, it was dog shit because I thought that was a bit of dog shit. They built up so much hype.
Yeah, but that wasn't that guy's
I was
fault.
well interested because that's the way you set it up. You set up in the first bit, fuck yeah, it's going to bring it to the second one. It's then it'll take it to Empire, then it'll take it to A New Hope. Holy shit! Then we find out that it is.
Yeah, but have you seen the Cloverfield films? Because that is exactly the same. They have the first one where J.J. Abrams sets up this. Oh, where did this thing come from? Yeah. Without an answer, and then they have 10 Cloverfield Lane, where it carries on with. Oh, where did they come from? This is so good. 10 Cloverfield Lane was really good, by the way. I liked that. And then they have Cloverfield Paradox, where they try and explain it, but because he didn't have an idea from the start what it was, it's just terrible.
But,
and he did it in Lost as well. He just does it in yeah, but that's the thing. That's the thing. You can't have just a mystery without knowing the solution to it. You can't just set something up without knowing how it ends. So for him to just be like, this is all going to happen, we're going to find out who it is, and him himself not even know who their parents are. I think other guys well justified to be like, I don't want anything to do with this. I don't care who Rey's parents are. This is so annoying.
Some of the ideas that came up was it was Obi, she was distantly related to Obi-Wan. Fuck, that'd been awesome.
No, it wouldn't.
That'd be fucking awesome.
How big is the galaxy?
It's big, but she's got fucking mad Jedi skills, hasn't she?
So many people have Jedi.
Yeah, but look, most people do have Jedi skills, but she had insane level.
Yeah, so did Anakin. Skills. Where did Anakin come from?
Well, Anakin came out of fucking thin air, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
But he started off because it was all linked back to the originals, wasn't it? The OGs, the 4 and 5, because like Darth Vader, he turns into Darth Vader.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, like Anakin's got
I know
no
he
one,
came
like...
from nothing.
Yeah, exactly. So why can't Rey
But you've
come
already
from
built
nothing?
this great universe, and the whole idea of Obi-Wan, it's like linking it back to there, and you could get Obi-Wan back into the film somehow.
Yeah,
Imagine seeing that.
I'm saying that's fine.
Ewan McGregor back
I'd love
in
to see
Star
Ewan
Wars.
McGregor back.
So, okay, just think about this as an idea, and what it could have been. So, if in what is it? What was the name of it? I forgot the title.
Last Jedi.
The Last Jedi. What if in like a cutback scene you have like an interaction where on Jakku where Rey was dropped off, it's Obi-Wan and it's like a really small bit, but he confirms it. It's like put into canon. There is Obi-Wan's bastard daughter, you know, and she was just put onto Jakku just to be left. And like, fuck, that would explain why she got the Jedi skills, why she's got like kind of a sense to find Luke and to be part of the Force.
Yeah.
And it'd be like, what? And then you could even expand it even further, like bring Obi-Wan back and like into like, you know, when in episode 9, Rey's getting trained and stuff, and then Luke's there, and so's Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan's a father as well.
I get all of that.
Imagine that.
But don't you think it would be?
Imagine that.
Don't you think it would be like? Don't you think what happened was like more powerful? That she has spent her whole life being like, I have these amazing skills. I must be someone. Like, I can't just be a nobody. I have to have some connection to something. And her just like forcing herself to believe it over and over and over again. And then she finally admits that she's just no one. And she's like crying. And it's like...
Yeah, but it brings it from up here to down there. It's
but sometimes...
And it's the whole mystery box thing. Like, granted, you've hyped up the mystery box. You should do something in the mystery box.
Yeah,
Maybe
but
I don't like the mystery box. I'm thinking about it now.
Yeah, I don't like it because that's the whole point. If you go into something and you're like, this is a really big mystery, but it ends this way, that's fine because you've got like a plan. When you just go, oh yeah, this is a big mystery, see you later guys, I'm off.
Yeah.
Figure it out for yourselves. Then you're like the guy who I can't remember who it was now, but the guy who came into episode 8, he's like, I didn't want, like if this was me, I wouldn't have set this up as having like, who were Rey's parents, who was Snoke, because they're nobodies.
Who was Snoke? Just died.
Yeah, exactly.
Just dead.
Didn't you think that was great?
That's such a waste. No! I thought it
was great.
It's such a waste! Like he's such a cool character. And you see him and you got all these guards around him, it's like, he just died. What? I think that's awful.
It was great because
you got so much more there. And that's the whole thing about Star Wars. It's so bullshitty and it's so nice own fucking arse that it can do that. And Star Wars fans love it when they just get up there, root around the arse and just...
Loads of fans hate that film.
Loads of fans liked it.
Yeah, sure, fair enough.
No. Yeah, exactly. Hated it.
Yeah,
because they didn't do things like that.
Yeah, but I thought it was great because then you have the bit when they're in there and I was gonna call him Adam, Kylo Ren kills Snoke, and then they're there and they fight back to back, and you're like, holy shit,
cool,
he's coming good.
But...
He's becoming good, and then he's like, we can rule this together, and you're like, oh, the whole time you had this whole like thing. Oh, okay, give me a sec to say this properly. You had the whole build up of the film of them like force chatting to each other about, and you think maybe he's turning good, maybe she's turning bad, but you don't actually think she's turning bad. You're like, maybe he's turning good. He's got this whole thing, and then she admits to him and only him that she knows that she is from nowhere, a huge thing in her life, like the biggest secret she has. She tells him, and then they go through this amazing battle together, and then she's like, I've got through to him. He killed the Emperor, basically. He's on our side, and she's like, come with us, and he's just like, we can rule it together, and you're just like, oh, you were bad the whole time.
That's fine. I'm not mad about it. I'm mad that they just killed Snoke.
Yeah, because they set him up to be a big deal when he wasn't.
But he should have been. He should have.
Why?
Because it'd be cool to see him fucking fight. It's fucking boring, the film, without there's hardly any action. Honestly, it was fucking boring, to be honest. It was just Star Wars up his own arse. Honestly, that's why I like the Force Awakens. Because it did have some action in it. I was like, fuck, I can actually get along with this. I'm having a good time. This one, it was just like, okay, this is for the Star Wars fans. No, it's not even for the Star Wars fans.
I don't think
this is for no one.
I don't think anyone making that film said this is for the Star Wars fans.
But that's what it looked like it was trying to do.
I don't
like
think
giving Luke that mysterious. It looked like it was trying to do that.
I think it was like
it was
the Empire Strikes Back of the new one. It's the one where at the end they're losing.
I don't think it did very well at box office.
It didn't do as well as Force Awakens.
Exactly.
It was never going to do as well as Force Awakens. Force Awakens is
but
like a once in a lifetime.
If they'd done fucking sick action and something sick, and it fucking just went out there and did space battles that I wanted to fucking see.
Yeah, but would you rather have watched? Then that's just like
the
prequels.
I would see space battles.
The prequels were just like all space battles, and
yeah,
no
but
one
not
cared
like
about
garbage space battles. Actual space, like Rogue One. I love Rogue One so much more than The Last Jedi.
Really?
And the Rogue One had so... No, it did though.
Nah,
Rogue One was sick.
Completely.
Rogue One was sick.
Rogue
you
One
got
was...
Darth Vader. You brought Darth Vader in there. You know,
Yeah,
and
but...
it showed him like powerful.
Yeah, exactly. But when you leave that film, do you feel on the side of Darth Vader or do you feel on the side of the rebels? You feel like you come out of that film and you're like, how good was Darth Vader? That's not how you should feel.
You're still on the side of the rebels. But then it's the same thing with the Empire. You gotta like the Empire, but hate them at the same time. You know, who's not rooting for the bad guy?
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm always rooting for the bad guy.
Fair enough.
And like, you know, I like Rogue One because it had it pretty good characters. It was maybe a bit of shit plot, but it kind of made itself up in that final act at the island and all the action that was going on. It's like, fuck, that's fucking sick battle going on. Like, you got battle down there. It's one of the best Star Wars battles.
I think
and that's
what we need to do
is the battles.
Is end this here, right? End this conversation here. Wait till Solo
I'm
comes
pumped
out.
right now.
We'll do an episode on Solo, and then we'll just do full Star Wars stuff.
I loved Battlefront as a kid, and Star Wars Battle was just like, you need more of them. You need more of them. The prequels were pretty shit,
yeah, but
they gave good
just battles that make a compelling film.
Yeah, but it's so. But you can just have like.
Then it just
why do you need so much bullshit dialogue when you can just have like a good amount of action and stuff and just
because
like
then you don't care about anyone.
Yeah, you do care about. You care about the Mad Max. All right, Mad Max. Why Mad Max so good? It's just fucking continuous action.
Fair enough.
Mad Max.
I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one. You did destroy me with Mad Max. All right. I'll do a question and then we'll call it.
We'll tie up there.
All right. So what? Yeah, like I was saying before, what are some of your favourite TV shows of all time?
Of all time, fuck, I do not know. Breaking Bad, I think, is up there.
Yeah, I think it's that's like a general, like everyone says Breaking Bad.
Really good. It ties off really well. It's good characters, good character progression.
Jesse lives.
Lives.
Just the main thing.
You know, it's really good actually, Breaking Bad. And it's something I got on board with. Game of Thrones at the moment, I'm not enjoying as much as I did.
I've really gone off Game of Thrones
a little bit. The last season's been a bit crap.
I just think they fucked themselves a little bit by always putting the big thing in episode 9, and the first 8 episodes just feel like filler.
When it was like 6,
it felt
series 6 was like fuck.
I didn't even get that far. I got to like
season 6 is good.
The last one,
season 6 is really good.
I got to just before spoilers. I got to just before Ramsay dies. I'm like the episode before Ramsay dies, whenever that is, like season 5.
You didn't like that?
I just got bored.
What? That's like the best season. That's like the best season.
I just got so bored of it. I just didn't care about.
That's when I got into it. Then I watched the last series. It was fucking dog shit.
Yeah, I've heard the last series isn't very good.
Really shit.
Yeah.
What else TV series wise do I like? I'm trying to think now.
It's tough, isn't it? We probably should have prepared these before.
Yeah, we should
instead of just making them up on the spot.
But I think those two are really up there.
Yeah,
I really rate those. Mighty Boosh, I think, is a really good TV series.
Mighty Boosh is great. The Mighty
Boosh.
Can we do a Mighty Boosh episode just so we can do an intro?
We've got so many episodes, dude. Mike Myers, Star Wars, Mighty Boosh.
Mike Myers episode.
Sorry?
I'm not actually going to do
I want to do a Mike Myers episode. I think if anything we learned today is that Mike Myers needs to do more work.
Yeah, Mike Myers needs to come back.
He deserves... We'll get Mike Myers on here someday. That's the dream. I'm saying it now.
Are we going to say we're going to do this until we get Mike Myers on?
Until we get Mike Myers.
Alright.
Even if it's just like a phone call. We get Mike Myers on it. I want Mike Myers on it.
Alright, I'm happy with that.
Okay.
Trying to get Mike Myers on here.
I'm really happy. Do you guys want Mike Myers on here? Do you not?
Let us know.
Let us know.
Big Kahuna Pod on
the Big
Twitter.
Kahuna. Do you like our name?
It's kind of weird, but it's grown on me a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't feel like we're going to change it now.
Nah,
we're getting like art made and stuff, so
yeah.
We're going to keep it.
Graphics. Ooh.
Yeah, well, to be fair, these aren't going to go out until we get the graphics anyway. So.
Oh, okay. But you'll see it with the graphics. So we're talking about having an now. Shout out to our mate Ben.
Hell yeah, we're going to get him on here as a guest one time.
Yeah, we will do. Talk about his favourite films.
Yes. Or we'll get him to pick a film to watch and then we'll talk about that one. Yeah. So yeah, any other TV shows?
I think that's about it.
Alright. I would say Breaking Bad, obviously, that's up there.
Yeah.
I really like sitcoms.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say How I Met Your Mother is one of my favourite shows of all time.
I'm not a massive fan about it.
The US Office is one of my favourite.
It's a good one.
BoJack Horseman is...
It's quite funny, actually.
Unbelievably good.
Yeah.
I watched the first episode when it first came out and I didn't really get it.
Yeah.
And I watched it like end of last year, and it just hit me, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's so funny, and then also you're just watching this like man with depression trying to live, and it's like heartbreaking at the same time. I just followed this like account that's like out of context Bojack. Oh, that was a really poorly put together few words. Out of context Bojack. And sometimes they like tweet things and I'm like, oh, that was so funny, and other times I'm just like, fuck. But yeah, that is amazing. Also, The Good Place is amazing. I love The Good Place. Have you watched it?
No.
It's on Netflix. Just give it a watch.
Yeah.
It's about...
There's a lot of good stuff on Netflix.
Yeah, there's loads of good stuff. I feel like Netflix is really good for TV. It's a bit iffy on movies. Yeah. Amazon Prime is really good for film though.
I haven't got Amazon Prime.
It's really good for films. But yeah, Good Place is Kristen Bell wakes up and she's in the afterlife. And they're like,
cool.
Hey, you're in the good place. And then she's like, oh, that's amazing. And then she gets back to her house and she was like, they got the wrong person. I'm not supposed to be here. So then she gets her like her soulmate, who's not actually her soulmate because obviously she's not supposed to be there. She gets him. He's an ethics professor. Yeah. Well, he was before he died. And he gets her to teach her like how to be a good person, and it's just amazing. And end of series 1 it's just great. I don't want to say anything because I don't want to spoil it because it's just so good. But yeah, I highly recommend you watch it. It's so funny.
Cool.
And you just care about. I think that's what it is. I just like things where I can watch like How I Met Your Mother. Like that is not a great show, but like after like the end of the first series, I'm so invested in all the characters that I'm just like, I want to know what happens next. Do Marshall and Lily get back together? They do. They really do. And
spoilers.
They have kids. Yeah, cool. Anything else you want to add at the end?
No, I think that's it. I think we did really. It was really nice, that one.
Yeah, that was quite good. Yeah. Had a good time. Let us know if you've got any feedback or anything you want us to do. Just let us know either on Twitter or email. I'm going to say it again in a minute, so I'm not going to say it now. So next week, I'm going to pick a film from Netflix because I'm poor and can't afford to go to the cinema every week. Called Good Time.
Good Time.
Okay. It's on Netflix. It's got Robert Pattinson in it. It's real good. I can't wait to hear you talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah. I feel like it's one of those films where I don't think enough people have seen it. Sort of like Anomalisa.
Oh yeah, that's really
like that is 100% going to be one that we're doing an episode on in the future because I've got that like locked away in my mind that like I want to like talk about this film for ages because it's amazing. I feel like this is the same sort of thing. I only heard about this because have you ever seen Ralph the Movie Maker on YouTube?
No.
He's just a guy who talks about movies. He's quite good. He put this as I think it was like his favourite film of last year. Cool. So I watched it because I saw it on Netflix and I was like,
let's check it out.
That was good. Yeah, cool. Are we all done?
I think we're all done.
Cool. So thank you very much for listening. I've been Charlie.
I've been Ollie.
And if you want to send us a question on Twitter, it's at Big Kahuna Pod. I'm going to get it right both times. Or send us an email at bigkahunapod@gmail.com. We'll be back next week talking about Good Time, which I just said, but I forgot. And I hope you guys have a nice week. I hope that you enjoyed this. Yeah. Also, just let us know if you think we're making like a rookie error.
Yeah.
Because this is
let us know your feedback.
This is very new to both of us. So learning. If we're doing something like horribly wrong, please just let us know. But like, don't be a dick about it.
Don't be a dick about it.
Just remember that we're very new.
we're trying our best with what we're starting off with.
Yeah, exactly.
But feedback is always.
Yeah. But so far, I'm really enjoying this. I can see us doing this for a while.
For a while to come.
Yeah. Ooh. We need to get like a regular place and time and everything.
Yeah, we do.
But yeah, we'll sort that off. We don't need to talk about it now.
We'll sort that out.
Right. So thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Love you.
Love you.
I press record again, not stop.